Hello dear students, welcome to physics online classes for class 11 students. Let us continue chapter 7, System of Particles and Rigid Body. In today's session we are going to study about the two important terms, and they are torque and angular momentum. You can remember in the previous sessions we have studied what is the center of mass and its equation. After that we studied what is motion of a center of mass. We derived the equation. Then we studied a linear momentum of system of particles. After that we derived relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, which is given by V equal to R omega. So up to this part we have studied. So let us move towards the next part, that is torque and angular momentum. So before going to study about torque and angular momentum, so first we have to know the important basic term, that is couple, or sometimes we can also call it as a couple of force. So what is this couple? Why we have to study before torque and angular momentum? Because torque, angular momentum, these two terms are related to rotational motion. For rotational motion, to rotate any object, to rotate the system, we need a couple of force, or simply we can call it as a couple. So then what is a couple? Couple is a pair of equal and opposite forces. It means we considered two forces, both are having same magnitude but opposite in direction. A pair of equal and opposite forces acting on a rigid body along two different lines of action that constitute a couple. You can observe if this is a rigid body, or you can take the point O. On this rigid body, here I am going to consider couple of force. How the force is acting? The one force is acting in opposite direction, means in downward direction. Let us take it as F2. And another force is acting in upward direction. Let us take it as F1. So this is what we can call it as a couple of force. We considered two or pair of equal and opposite forces acting on a rigid body. So when you apply force like this, what are the changes occurs? You can observe. The first force is acting in upward direction. Second force is acting in a downward direction. That indicates both are in opposite direction, but both are having same magnitude. For example, if F1 is 5 Newton, then F2 should be how much? 5 Newton. Both are having equal magnitude, but their directions are opposite. Now, when we applied F1 force in upward direction, now this rigid body starts to move in anti-clockwise direction. Here the object starts to move. At the same time, second force is acting in downward direction. It takes the object in downward direction. Now you can observe F1 is acting upward, F2 is acting downward. So when these two forces combine, so now you can observe this rigid body has a rotational motion. There is no translational. Translational motion means the object has to change its position from point A to point B. This is translational motion. But here what happens? When we applied a couple of force, the object starts to move in a circular path. This is called a rotational motion, and this phenomenon in general we can call it as a couple. Is it clear? Couple means two, a pair of equal and opposite forces acting on a rigid body along two different lines. One is upward, another one is downward. That constitutes a couple, right? So a couple produces rotational motion without any translational. So we already know that a rigid body has two types of motion, translational motion and rotational motion. But this couple of force executes, or it produces only rotational motion without any translation. There is no translation here. There is no linear motion. So just we can get rotational motion when we apply couple of force. For example, Opening of a lid of a bottle. When you want to open the lid of the bottle, opener of the bottle, you can observe you are applying a couple of force. Your two fingers. So thumb and your forefinger is acting in opposite direction. That is couple of force. Opening of the tap. When you want to open any tap, so you are using the fingers, two fingers that are acting in opposite direction. That is a couple of force. Or you can take a rotation of magnetic needle. Magnetic needle, how they are moving? They are having rotational motion. For that we need couple of force. Is it clear? So couple or couple of force is used to produce rotational motion. You may get one more question. Why the couple of force is required? Or couple of force, whether it produces a translation or rotational or both. So what is the answer? It will produce only rotation without any translation. Is it clear? Now. So now we come to the term torque. Torque is also called as moment of force. Torque is also called as moment of force. We already studied about force, right? Force is a physical quantity which causes motion, which opposes motion, which changes direction of motion of object, right? Now this is simple, it is not a simple force, but it is moment of force. Then what is the meaning of moment? It is not momentum. Momentum means a quantity of motion, but it is simply moment. In physics, in science, moment means, in general, we are using the word just a moment, means just a few minutes, just a second. But in science, it is having a definite meaning. Moment means the force applied at a certain distance. The force applied at a certain distance. Moment. Moment means at a certain distance we are going to apply force. Is it clear? So now you can observe. I will give you an example. If this is one object or this is a rigid body, this rigid body is fixed to certain axis of rotation. Let us consider this is axis of rotation. At one edge, axis of rotation is fixed here. Now, I am going to apply force. Where we have to apply force? We have to apply force at the another end here, perpendicularly. So, here we have to apply force. So when we apply force at a certain distance from axis of rotation, then this object starts to rotate instead of translation. For example, you can take a door. The door, one end of the door is fixed to certain hinges. It is fixed to axis of rotation. How we are going to open or close the door? Because the door is fixed to one axis, one fixed axis of rotation. Where you are going to apply the force? We have to apply force at a certain distance from the axis. So here the distance I am going to take it as r. At a certain distance, when we applied force perpendicularly, then it is easy to open or close the door. Right? So this is called moment. Moment means at a certain distance. It is just like a distance. At a certain distance, we are going to apply force that gives torque. So torque is also called as moment of force. So torque is generally denoted by the symbol tau. It is not T. What it is? It is tau. Tau indicates torque. So torque, this term came from Latin word which is called to twist. Torque means what? To twist. Twist means what? Rotation. So torque means to twist. It is a Latin word and the symbol is tau. It is not T. What it is? Tau. Torque is also called as moment of force. Moment means at a certain distance. Is it clear? Then how to define a torque? Torque is the turning effect of a force about an axis of rotation is called torque. So turning effect of a force, it means this couple of force gives which effect? It gives a turning effect. Turning means circular motion, rotational motion. The turning effect of a force about an axis of rotation. Remember, So when you want rotational motion, when you want a turning effect, that system or rigid body has to fix for certain axis. That object should be fixed to certain axis of rotation. When we applied force, then you can experience a turning effect. That turning effect of a force is called torque, and torque is also called as a moment of force. So what is a torque? Torque is the turning effect of a force about an axis of rotation is called torque. Or it can also be defined as mathematically. How to define a torque? It is a product of magnitude of a force and perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. So observe this above diagram here. We took example of a door. So how to define a torque here mathematically? It is a product of magnitude of a force. How much force is applied? F force is applied. F into product means multiplication, magnitude of force and perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. So we can consider at one end of the door there is a axis of rotation. This is axis. From axis of rotation to the center of mass, let us consider the geometric center is itself center of mass. So this distance is taken as r. So we can write F into perpendicular distance means we can write r. So how to define a torque here? It is a product of magnitude of force and perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. So that perpendicular distance we have to take, that gives torque. So now you have the question why we have to consider that perpendicular distance, because you can imagine the door, you are going to open or close the door by pushing or pulling only at another end of the door, because one end is completely fixed here, fixed to axis of rotation, only another end is free. When you apply force on edge of the door, then it is easy to move. If the same force is applied at the center of the door, then also it is easy to move. But when the same force is applied at the axis of rotation, whether the door will move? No, the door will not move. Right? So how to apply force? The force should be applied at a certain distance from axis of rotation to center of mass. This is mathematical definition. You can remember both here, theoretical as well as mathematical definition. Is it clear? What is a torque? The turning effect of a force about an axis of rotation is called torque, or it is a product of magnitude of force and perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. Is it clear? This is about definition. If a body is fixed at a point or along a line, so now I am going to fix a body at a point or we are going to fix along the line. Then it has only a rotational motion. Difference you can observe. This is a body. This body is fixed to a point. If I am going to consider this is one point. So through this point I am going to consider the axis of rotation is passing through the point, or it may be along the line like this. Either you can consider axis through the point or along the line. Then it has only which motion? Rotational motion, because when we applied force it has rotational motion. The rotating effect produced by the force is called moment of force. So it starts to rotate. This rotating effect is produced by whom? It is produced by force. So we are going to call it as moment of force, or we can also call it as a torque. The rotational analog of force is called moment of force or torque. Remember, when you applied force, it has linear motion. When you applied moment of force, it has rotational motion. But remember, for rotational motion, axis of rotation to be fixed for that rigid body. Is it clear? So rotational analog of force is called moment of force, or we can also call it as torque. So torque is a Latin word and it is to twist. It is also called as moment of force. So then, if a force acts on a single particle at point P, whose position vector from the origin is vector r, then the moment of force on a particle with respect to the origin is given by, if this is object, in that I am going to consider point P. So let us consider this is point P. It is center of the object, or it is taken as origin. From origin to the particle P, let us take it as vector r. Then moment of force means torque of the particle is given by the equation tau equal to F cross r. This is cross product. Cross product is also called as vector product. Vector product means product of two vectors. Here the force, applied force, is also vector quantity, and distance or the position vector between the perpendicular distance between origin and the particle, this is also vector quantity. So we are going to use vector product. So what is the equation for torque here? Tau equal to F cross r. Tau indicates the torque, F indicates applied force, r is perpendicular distance. Right? Then how to write the SI unit of torque? So force is measured in terms of Newton, distance is measured in terms of meter. So the SI unit of torque is Newton meter. Definition, equation, SI unit. These 3 points we have to remember. Is it clear? SI unit is Newton meter, equation tau equal to F cross r, and definition, turning effect of a force about an axis of rotation, or mathematically the product of magnitude of a force and perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. So this is all about torque, which is also called as moment of force. Then a note point, torque is also given by the equation because it is a vector product. We know that in vector product, so we wrote the equation tau equal to what? R cross F. Is it clear? This is a vector product. So it can be written as tau equal to RF sin theta. About this vector product and scalar product you already studied. So it can be written as tau equal to RF sin theta. So where, what is theta here? Theta is angle between F and R, applied force and distance. So when the torque is said to be maximum and minimum, you can observe the first point. Torque is also given by tau equal to Fr sin theta or Rf sin theta. Suppose if I am going to consider angle 0 or 180 degree, when theta is 0 or 180 degree, substitute. So tau equal to what? Fr sin 0. Sin 0 is what? 0. 0 into anything will be 0. So we got the answer, torque is equal to 0. Torque or moment of force is equal to 0 when angle between applied force and the distance, if they are 0 or 180 degree, so the object will not get any rotational motion. So torque or twisting effect is 0 or minimum. In the second case, when theta equal to 90 degree, substitute sin 90 is 1. So we got the answer tau equal to Rf. That indicates the torque is maximum. So what it indicates? When the applied force is perpendicular, angle is 90 degree. For example, you can imagine the door. How you are going to apply the force on the door? Perpendicular to the door you have to apply. Perpendicular means angle is 90 degree. So torque is maximum. If you apply force parallelly, there is no movement of the door. So torque is minimum. So torque is said to be maximum when applied force is perpendicular. Torque is said to be minimum when applied force is parallel. Or when theta equal to 90 degree, torque is maximum. When theta equal to 0 or 180 degree, torque is minimum. So now come to the second term, angular momentum, and it is denoted by the symbol L. So L, capital L, indicates angular momentum. You already studied about linear momentum. So linear means straight line. When object has a translational motion, a linear motion, then we have to consider linear momentum. But here The object has rotational motion, so we have to consider angular momentum. What is momentum? Momentum means what? Its general meaning is quantity of motion. Momentum means quantity of motion. If it has linear motion, we go for linear momentum. If it has rotational motion, we go for angular momentum. It is denoted by the symbol capital L. Then how to define angular momentum? Angular momentum is the moment of momentum about an axis of rotation. Moment of momentum means what? Momentum means quantity of motion. Moment means at a certain distance. At a certain distance we have to apply force. Then it will gain quantity of motion about an axis of rotation. So we can call it as angular momentum. So what is angular momentum? Angular momentum is moment of momentum about an axis of rotation. Don't get confused with the word moment and momentum. Momentum means quantity of motion. Moment means at a certain distance force is applied. When you applied force at a certain distance, the object has rotational motion. It will get a certain quantity of motion. Then it is called as angular momentum. Right? Or it can also be defined mathematically as angular momentum of a particle about an axis of rotation is defined as the product of linear momentum of the particle and perpendicular distance of the particle from axis of rotation. Angular momentum is denoted by what? L. L equal to product means multiplication. The product of linear momentum is denoted by P. Product of linear momentum and perpendicular distance means R. L equal to P cross R. This is angular momentum mathematical definition. Using this equation easily you can define. Angular momentum is defined as product of linear momentum and perpendicular distance. Where to where? From particle to the axis of rotation or from center of mass to the axis of rotation. So L equal to P cross R. This is the equation for angular momentum. So linear momentum is given by P equal to mv. Torque is given by the equation F cross R. And angular momentum is given by P cross R. So the same momentum we have to consider linear momentum, but with a certain distance. With a certain distance means it gives rotational motion. So this is angular momentum theoretical and mathematical definition. So consider a particle of mass m moving with velocity v in a circular path about z axis. So we considered a particle. So this particle is having mass m and it is moving with velocity v like this. We can take velocity v in a circular path. So this is what? Linear velocity. Is it clear? So but it is moving in a circular path about an axis. We can take it as z axis. Then angular momentum of the particle is given by the equation L equal to P cross R. Again this is a cross product, or we can write the equation L equal to PR sin theta. N cap is unit vector and its value is always equal to 1. Is it clear? This is the equation for angular momentum. L indicates angular momentum, P indicates linear momentum, R indicates perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and center of mass. The direction of angular momentum is perpendicular to the plane of vector P and R. So angular momentum is perpendicular to plane of vector P as well as R. Right? Then how to write SI unit of angular momentum? We already know that linear momentum is given by the equation P equal to mv. Mass is measured in terms of kg. Velocity is measured in terms of meter per second. This is linear momentum. So, but the equation is P cross R. So, P SI unit is kg meter per second into R SI unit is meter. So the SI unit becomes what? Kg meter square per second. This is the SI unit of angular momentum. Remember definition equation SI unit. So now we can derive very important derivation, relation between torque and angular momentum. Relation between torque and angular momentum that we can derive. So torque gives rotational motion because of applied torque. Torque is just like a force which gives rotational motion. When the object starts to rotate, it will acquire certain quantity of motion, and this is called angular momentum. So torque is denoted by tau and angular momentum is denoted by L. Let us derive relation between tau and L. Right? So now directly I am going to consider angular momentum equation. So angular momentum we can denote by small letter, or we can take capital letter. There is no problem. So L equal to, we can write the equation. Angular momentum is given by R cross P or P cross R. Both are same. This is the equation of what? Angular momentum. Let us take it as equation 1. Now differentiating this equation with respect to time. Differentiating equation 1 with respect to time, what we can get? So L is angular momentum. Angular momentum is a variable. So we can write dl divided by dt is equal to, so what is R? So R is variable. P, linear momentum, is also variable. So we can write d by dt of R cross P. Because both are variable, so we can differentiate both the terms here. So this is of the form U into V. So there is a standard formula in differentiation. So I am going to apply product rule here. Applying the product rule for differentiation. Applying product rule for differentiation. So we can write the equation d by dt of R cross P, means it is in the form of U and V. We can write the standard formula here. U into V is equal to, product rule is du divided by dt into V plus dV divided by dt into U. So this equation I am going to apply here. So let us apply product rule. So the above equation becomes dl divided by dt on LHS side, keep as it is. D by dt of R cross P, this is product rule. So we can write dr divided by dt into P plus dp divided by dt into R. So we applied product rule here. So then it can be written as dl by dt on LHS side, keep as it is, which is equal to, so dr by dt into P here. So what is dr divided by dt? Rate of change of displacement. In place of dr by dt we can write velocity v into. So what is P here? P is linear momentum. So linear momentum is given by the equation P equal to m into v. Right? So we substituted dr by dt is velocity, linear momentum is m into v plus dp divided by dt into R, keep as it is. These terms keep as it is. Right? Or this equation can also be written as dl divided by dt is equal to, so m take outside, into v cross v plus dp divided by dt into vector R. dl divided by dt is equal to m, keep as it is. What is v cross v? We know that in vector product I cross I is equal to 0, j cross j is equal to 0. Similarly, v cross v is equal to 0. So in place of v cross v I can write 0. Remaining keep as it is, dp divided by dt into vector R. Or this equation can be written as dl by dt equal to m into 0 is 0. Remaining is what? dp divided by dt into vector R. So dl by dt is equal to, what is dp divided by dt? You already studied in the linear momentum of a system of particle. You can remember linear momentum of a system of particle. That gives the conclusion rate of change of linear momentum is equal to force. So in place of dp by dt, I am going to write F, remaining is R. Right? So dl divided by dt is equal to, what is F cross R? It is equal to torque. So dl divided by dt is equal to tau. This is the relation between torque and angular momentum, or it can also be written as tau equal to dl divided by dt. So what is the conclusion? What it indicates? When we applied torque on a rigid body, then its angular momentum changes with respect to time. Rate of change of angular momentum gives torque. Is it clear? Or we can also say that, yes, what is the equation? Tau equal to, we got the final equation, dl divided by dt. Right? So this equation we got here. In a linear momentum we derived, the final equation we got is F equal to dp divided by dt. This equation also we studied in linear momentum of system of particle. So this is for a rotational motion, and the second equation is for linear motion. Observe both the equation. When force is applied, linear momentum changes. When torque is applied, angular momentum changes. Rate of change of angular momentum is called torque. Rate of change of linear momentum is called force. Is it clear? Suppose if the applied torque is 0, if we are not going to apply any torque or moment of force. If there is no force, then there is no movement. So this angular momentum remains constant. Right? If applied force is 0 for linear motion, if applied force is 0, then linear momentum remains constant. So this gives relation between torque and angular momentum, and this derivation carries 3 marks for your annual board examination.